Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lions Den with another news and commentary. Candace Owens is at it again, y'all, with her coon ass. She would do anything for the Republican bag. So she did a video. She was on social media talking about Breonna Taylor, disrespecting her, calling her a drug dealer. Now, who does she think she is? So I'm going to go ahead and play what she's saying, and then I'm going to continue the rest of my commentary.
All right, everybody. Hello, hello. Time to have one of those little chats because it seems that the Black Lives Matter narrative is getting more and more ridiculous every single day. And here we have a stunning case, Breonna Taylor, where actually every single piece of information that was provided us through the media was an absolute lie. Just an absolute lie.
I'm going to stop you right there. See, Coon Owens, you saying everything is an absolute lie. But see, this is what happens, y'all, when you kiss up to conservative asses just for the bag. Now, if she said something that's truthful, you and I both know she would cut off because the checks. Well, this is the reason why she talks that way, because she wants the checks. Now, this is the same coon, Candace Owens, that's filing a lawsuit against the Democratic Party. Well, you know, that's another video, but I'm gonna let you hear the rest of this, what this coon Candace Owens had to say. Here we go.
Actually, nothing that they told us about this case was true. If you have been following this case from the beginning, we have been told that Breonna was an EMT, was living life the right way.
Which is true. Go ahead.
The police officer showed up accidentally to the wrong door and shot her while she was asleep.
See, that's a damn lie right there. Accidentally went to the wrong door. First of all, it was a no-knock warrant. Okay? First of all, the boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, didn't know who these people were. They literally broke into her damn apartment. He said they was in the wrong apartment. They was broken into her damn apartment, so they know where they were. But go ahead.
All of it, a lie. Not even one part of it's true. Not one piece of that was true. First and foremost, Breonna Taylor was not an EMT. She had been in the past, but she had to step away from being an EMT because a car that she had rented.
That's another lie, but go ahead.
All the way back in 2016, was involved in a homicide that was being investigated. A homicide which involved her boyfriend, the one that was a drug dealer, her ex-boyfriend at the time that she has been killed, Jamarcus Glover. This is all about
Okay, that's another lie. Talk about Jamarcus Glover was killed. Unfortunately, basically, she's lying as well, because Jamarcus Russell, not only he was alive, but he was taken into custody before the incident took place. Carry on.
A very intricate drug ring that the police officers had been following for years in this town that Breonna Taylor was unfortunately at the center of. Now, I'm going to say a sentence that nobody is going to care about because the media, when you tell the truth, always ignores this sentence. Breonna Taylor did not deserve to die. It's common sense. She was mixed up with the wrong people. It's unfortunate that she's dead. You know, this is one of those instances when you're growing up and your parents tell you not to hang out with the wrong people because you can end up in the wrong circumstances and you can get yourself into trouble. This is something that we learn when we're children, when you become a teenager, when your parents are trying to guide you and make sure that you don't hang out with the wrong people or fall into the wrong crowd, as we like to say. But for whatever reason, this is no longer being held as a norm for Black America. It doesn't matter if we're hanging in the wrong crowd. It doesn't matter if we're actively helping our boyfriends move drugs, which is what Breonna Taylor was actually doing, okay?
Okay, in other words, she's saying that Breonna Taylor's a damn drug dealer. First of all, her current boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, wasn't no drug dealer either. Bitch, I'm going to tell you what Kenneth Walker does for a damn living, since you don't do enough research, and since you receiving checks from the conservative bag. He's working for the post office. And he's a registered gun owner. That's why he's carrying a 40 caliber handgun in self-defense, you bitch. Let's continue on.
This is the truth. You can head and you can read all of the police investigative reports. Doesn't matter that the police had an actual warrant to be at her place, that they had been trailing her, that her name was on the warrant when they showed up at her place. It was not the wrong address. Everything the media told you was a lie. The police officers had every right to be at her property. They had been monitoring that property for weeks. They had a poll camera watching every single thing that that group of people did because they were involved in meth, crack cocaine. They were moving drugs, and Jamarcus Glover was the person who was at the center of it. Okay? That's the truth. You were told that the police officer shot her while she was asleep. No, she was standing in a hallway, right? You were told that she had nothing to do with anything and it was all an accident. It was not an accident, okay? She was knee deep in drugs. You can
See, this is what happens, y'all, when you misleading the facts, was you misleading the information of what really happened. You know, I guess she's claiming to hit her base, like what Trump is doing to his base. I guess she's saying to her base that, oh, she was dealing drugs, along hanging with drug dealers and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to tell you something. See, this is what happens when you receive the checks. If she tells the truth, guess what happens? The checks stop. You notice that she's always putting black community under the bus, but not, putting the white community under the bus, because they know that the checks will stop right there. And so, I'm going to, the thing of with Candace Owens, y'all, she would do everything to get the checks. She would do everything to get paid. She'll sell her own mother out to get paid if she wanted to. This is how low down and dirty this bitch really is. But see, she's misleading the facts, and she not only talking about her ex-boyfriend, which, by the way, he was taken into custody in the other part of Louisville. If you do your damn research, but the thing of it is, she talked about her current boyfriend's a drug dealer as well, which Kenneth Walker wasn't. He was a postal worker and a registered gun owner, too. Bitch, get your facts straight. Let's keep it moving.
Actually log on and read the transcripts from when her ex-boyfriend, Jamarcus Glover, got arrested back in 2018. They actually recorded their jail conversations between her and the entire network of the people that were moving drugs through the neighborhood, okay? He was asking her to do things in his place. She was involved, and she was also made it very clear that she was worried because she loved him so much that he was going to end up in serious trouble one day. Unfortunately, she didn't worry enough about herself.
Okay, if that were true, which is not, but if that were true, she would have been arrested along with her ex-boyfriend. See, what she's saying doesn't make any damn sense, y'all. If that were true, that if she was involved in drugs, that she was smuggling drugs in her place, she would have been arrested as well as the other ex-boyfriend would be. Now, this is what happens. Again, this is what happens when people going to believe a lie than the truth. All what Candace Owens said is nothing but damn lies, y'all. See, again, she would say or do anything for the damn bag. Oh boy, here we go. I'm going to let you listen to this other lie.
And what trouble she was going to be in one day. This is a case that comes down to personal responsibility. Of course, the most important part about this case, which no one is talking about, is that they fired first. They shot a police officer. I shouldn't say they, I should say the guy.
Bitch, another false claim. First of all, Kenneth Walker didn't even know they were police officers. Number one, they didn't identify themselves as police officers, you bitch. And even witnesses even said they didn't identify themselves as police officers. They just broke all into the apartment. Oh boy, again. Carry on.
That she was with at the time, Kenneth Walker, fired and shot a police officer before hiding behind her and running to the back of the house. And she then took all of the bullets from the returning police officer as they were standing in a hallway side by side next to each other. So the police come, they knock on the door, okay? And they...
Another lie. If they knock on the damn door, why is they call it a no-knock warrant, you bitch? First of all, and this is why I said, if you listen to Candace Owens, she'll give you a damn heart attack or a damn stroke. Because she herself didn't do enough research. They say they knock on the door. This is the no-knock warrant. And then on top of that, Kenneth Walker thought it was a damn intruder before they even broke into their apartment. They thought it was an intruder. That's why Kenneth Walker shot first. And they didn't hit the officer. According to, like I told you on one of my videos, my previous videos, y'all, his own partner shot the officer, you bitch. Not Kenneth Walker. He only did a warning shot that didn't even hit them at all. Let's carry on. Shh.
Say police. Why do we know that's true? Because Kenneth Walker himself verified that him and Breonna Taylor heard the knock at the door, and the neighbors came outside to speak to the police officers. The neighbors have verified that the police officers...
Another lie, because the neighbors even say they didn't hear any police officers broke into that apartment. The one witness, they said, ladies and gentlemen, they said that the one witness... I'm recanting his story, said that the only reason why they know it was a police officer because they saw a bulletproof vest says police on it. He himself didn't say they never heard anything. They haven't heard anything that he said police or none of that before even knocking. So this bitch is lying. You know, my previous video that I showed y'all proving that there's bullet casings. That's what she never tell you. There's bullet casings on the floor. One of them not even Kenneth Walker's bullet casings. It's one of the police officers. Their bullet case. Why do you think that the police came in there? The same police that start shooting up the place was a one-time endangerment charge. And the same officers came in there where they really weren't supposed to do that either. But they came into the apartment, trying to take all the shell casings because that's their guns. That's their shell casings from their guns. But of course, Candace Owens will not tell you that. Moving on.
Said it's the police, okay? Now, you hear people who have white guilt, and these are just people, doesn't matter. How do they know it was the police? I don't know. Shoot first and ask questions later. I wouldn't know it was the police if you're not into the police. Okay, would you grab your gun and fire at them? Wouldn't you look out the window, check the peephole to see what's going on?
Again, they did not say police. Now, if Kenneth Walker knew they was police officers, he wouldn't even pull out his gun. Witnesses, as well as 12 witnesses, y'all, even said they haven't heard nobody say police. They have no idea they were police officers. So again, Candace Owens is wrong again.
Before the police officers barge into your house, which they have a right to do because they have a warrant on...
Bitch, no, they don't have a right to do because there's a no-knock warrant. Obviously, they didn't identify themselves as police officers. So again, you have a Candace Owens doing a right wing talking points again, try to tarnish Breonna Taylor's legacy, or really Breonna Taylor's memory. With these lies and claim, and she, basically, in other words, she said she was a drug dealer, as well as her ex-boyfriend. And there's no evidence, you bitch. No evidence from the postal inspectors claiming that there's no packages with drugs inside her mailbox, along with her apartment. There's no evidence that there's no drugs inside her apartment at all. What a dumbass.
That unarmed black Americans were being shot and killed for no reason by police officers. We have now dramatically shifted the narrative to Black Lives Matter, which means even when a black American is armed, shoots a officer. And the police officer has a warrant to arrest and to inspect that property and take drugs. Still, the Black American is somehow a victim.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you kiss a white man's ass. This is what happens when you marry a white man, don't give a fuck about the black community, and you want to put them under the bus. And if you really did tell the truth, Miss Coon Owens, then your checks stop. Then conservatives don't want to deal with you. This is what happens, people, when you read the talking points of conservatives that don't give a shit about the black community, let alone they don't even know what the fuck happened that night with Breonna Taylor and the LMPD. See, this is what happens with the talking points when what she says. This just basically shows you that this coon don't deserve in the black community. And even if the things go wrong with her husband, her white husband, you think the black community will welcome her back? Hell to the no. It's all about the money. It's all about the damn bag. Okay, keep it moving.
That is pointedly ridiculous. Let me also tell you something else. It is the bigotry of low expectations. Stop believing. If you are a white person, you've been defending this, and you've been wearing a Breonna Taylor t-shirt, and you've been demanding justice for Breonna, then you should be demanding that her boyfriend serves time in prison for firing at a police officer. You should not.
Again, bitch. Kenneth Walker didn't know he was a cop because he wasn't identified as a damn cop. Now, police, do you think that if Kenneth Walker heard that knock and say, police, that he's going to grab his gun and start firing? Hell to the no. He didn't know they was a cop because he wasn't identified as a cop, you bitch. Oh, Lord Jesus. If anybody would have listened to this bitch telling you guys lies, then you was as dumb as she is. And again, you gonna believe this bitch, and then she gonna make you look like an idiot, look like a fool. I'm telling you, this is how the world works. You have coons like her is going to spread lies and spread misinformation about this case and in this investigation. It shows you, y'all, that she doesn't give a shit about Breonna Taylor. She doesn't give a shit about her family. She doesn't give a shit about what's really happened in this investigation. All she cares about is conservatives paying her welfare, paying her apartment, paying her car notes. That's all she damn cares about. Wow, y'all.
Be demanding a police officer's figurative head on a stick, okay? These are the people that protect and serve the community. You keep saying Black Lives Matter. Did any of the Black lives that were having crack cocaine moved into their neighborhood by this whole organization of criminals matter to you at all? Did you know maybe somebody overdosed on the drugs that this group was selling? Did that matter to you at all? Like, did any of that? The Black lives only matter when the narrative that you hope, that you wake up every day and you hope that you're going to see, is that police officers are killing Black people for no reason. This case is an unfortunate one. It is not a case of police brutality. It is not a case that has anything to do with race, okay?
If you listen to this scum, this lies, that you just as dumb as she is, y'all. Everything she said out of her damn mouth come from white supremacists, come from the conservative talking points, coming from Fox News talking points. Like I told you in my previous videos, y'all can check out Democracy Now. I believe I can. I mean, in fact, after I do this video, I might do the Democracy Now video. And I'm telling you what really happened that night. What she didn't tell you, that there were body cameras by SWAT teams, by canine units. She didn't tell you that there's been a body camera inside the apartment, and they know they fucked up the investigation because they went back into the apartment picking up shell casings. She didn't tell you that part, did she? This is what goes to show you, y'all, that she will please her base and gonna believe the lies. Some people that are gonna listen to her gonna believe the lies that she's telling y'all. Though this is a dumbass, and this is why I said that you believe this coon here, then y'all just as coonish as she is. I'm just saying.
You could have put a white person, you could have put a meth lab in there. If the police wanted to serve a warrant and it was a bunch of white kids selling meth and they knocked on the door and the meth kids shot at them, the police would have shot back. It's called protecting your life because police officers have families to go home to.
What about Breonna Taylor's life? What about Kenneth Walker's life? Don't you see that Kenneth Walker is protecting Breonna Taylor because he had no idea that those were police officers, because they did not identify themselves as police officers. And one officer lied to the judge with a no-knock warrant. So how does anybody know they were cops? Even witnesses, even like 12 witnesses that live in that apartment said they did not identify themselves as police officers. So you listen to Candace Owens, man. Oh my God. This is why I said, why do we have to listen to this dumb broad? Why? Why do we have to listen to her? She's trying to tarnish, oh my God, she's trying to tarnish Breonna Taylor's memory. And yes, not only she was an EMT, but she worked at 2 hospitals in Louisville as an assistant nurse. If you would have done your damn research, but then again, look who she was talking to, Candace fucking Owens, that don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
What more do you want police officers to do? They investigated. They had a warrant. They were at the right residence. Breonna Taylor's name was on the warrant. Jamarcus Glover's name was on the warrant. They did everything the right way. They went to the court.
Okay, if they did everything the right way, why did they lie to the judge? And there's no evidence of drugs inside her apartment. There's no evidence of drugs inside of her mailbox. Even the postal inspectors confirm there's no drugs in no mailbox. And by the way, Jamarcus Russell was living on the other side of Louisville, and he was taken into custody. You got 3 officers that night. Basically, didn't charge basically broke into Breonna Taylor's apartment, and Kenneth Walker didn't even know who they were. They thought they was intruders. They thought they was burglars, for crying out loud. But keep listening to Candace Owens. She will make your ass look like an idiot, a moron.
Got the warrant, knocked on the door and announced themselves, even though they didn't have to.
Another lie. Another lie. They did not identify themselves as police officers, you bitch. Continue on.
They could have known how to. They could have barged on the door and gone in the way that the FBI raided Roger Stone's house. Okay? Did Roger Stone, by the way, shoot at FBI raid officers when they swarmed his household? Did he go, oh, well, I didn't know who it was, so I just shot first and asked questions later? No, he didn't do that. So it is entirely possible that when police officers knock to serve your warrant and bang down your door, that you don't shoot at a police officer and then hide behind your girlfriend and allow her to take the bullets. Why are we not having that conversation about personal responsibility? Oh, I know, because we always have to infantilize Black America. So this is...
But yet, you want to basically try to put Black community under the bus. You disrespected Breonna Taylor's family. You disrespected Breonna Taylor's memory. And if Kenneth Walker was such a damn criminal, Why he filed a lawsuit against the LMPD for doing what he's doing. And what she didn't tell you is that he turned himself in. Well, basically, he gave himself up to police. And guess what? One of the canine units using police dogs at him, threatened using the police dogs at Kenneth Walker. But yet, you know, Candace always don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Or maybe I don't even know what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't even know what I'm talking about. But you keep listening to this coolish woman here, your mind gonna be messed up for the rest of your damn life.
No longer, movement is no longer about saving black lives. No, it's about treating black people like toddlers. It's no longer about equality. It's about exceptions. It's no longer about equality. It's about entitlements, right? You want black people to be entitled to things that no one else in America are going to be entitled about. That's what Black Lives Matter activists are about, right? Beyonce, I want justice for Breonna Taylor. I called the Attorney General and told him I want justice. Oh, because you sang single ladies, you can make a phone call and tell them not to do that.
So you insulted Beyonce Knowles because she is fighting for justice for Breonna Taylor. You're insulting all the celebrities, politicians who want answers to find out what happened to Breonna Taylor. But again, she using her Fox News talking points as usual and basically make Breonna Taylor a drug dealer. Make her feel like she's the bad guy. Make Kenneth Walker the bad guy for allowing just to shoot first at police officers, which, by the way, Kenneth Walker didn't know those were cops that broke it into because they didn't identify themselves as cops. Matter of fact, they weren't wearing uniforms. They were wearing plain clothes. So So he didn't even know who they were. But I digress.
Day. There has not been a single instance this year that Black Lives Matter has jumped on where the black person was not involved in some level of criminality. Not George Floyd, who was on fentanyl and just as fentanyl before his arrest.
See how she's doing Fox News commentary? And no, she was jumping at Breonna Taylor, but then she go ahead and go after George Floyd. Boy, these conservatives pay you a top dollar, huh? You don't have to worry about nothing because you making money spreading lies about what really happened. So, but yet you ain't going after these white. Matter of fact, you never say anything about Kyle Rittenhouse that shot and killed one Black Lives Matter person, shot two Black Lives Matter protesters, and one of them killed. You ain't saying nothing about Kyle Rittenhouse, huh? You didn't say nothing about him at all. But when you jump on Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, yeah, you got a lot to say about them. But you never said nothing about Kyle Rittenhouse. Okay, yeah, whatever.
Obviously, if you have now read the labs, they are saying he died of a drug overdose, and there was actually no injury sustained to his neck despite watching the case. Right, a man that had methamphetamine and fentanyl and was trying to use counterfeit bills. Was he a pure victim? Absolutely not. Jacob Blake.
Oh boy, here we go. He's naming out all the victims to make them like suspects. You notice that? You notice that they made them feel like they're suspects. You got Breonna Taylor now, George Floyd, and then you're talking about Jacob Blake. Jacob Blake was shot in the back, you bitch, in front of his kids. Let's hear another bullshit drama from her.
He was a guy who had a warrant out for his arrest for digitally raping a black woman.
Here's another lie. Jacob Blake didn't rape anyone. He was there trying to break up a fight between two females. And as I recall, Jacob Blake went around his SUV. Police got his guns drawn behind him. He opened the SUV door. And then that's when officers shot at him 6 times in the back. Luckily, he's still alive, even though he was paralyzed. But again, another lie. Carry on.
And telling her that she smelled like she had been with someone else, right? According the warrant for his arrest. Does anybody care about that black woman? No, because it's not about black lives, right? But Jacob Blake, God, he got shot in the back as he was going to grab a knife and was running.
Grab a knife? Oh, really? Boy, these conservatives playing you well, don't you, Candace? They really pay you top dollar to say this shit. Boy, Candace paid this well. You getting checks from, oh my God, you getting checks from Democratic Party by suing them, and now you receiving checks from the Republican Party for speaking these lies. Boy, they paying you well, huh?
From police officers, so who cares? He's a victim because he got killed by police officers. Rayshard Brooks physically beats police officers, grabs their taser and shoots at them in Atlanta, and oh my God, watch the city burn because this guy, they should just let him go. They should just let Rayshard Brooks.
Well, basically, Rayshard Brooks took the officer's tasers. He ran away. Officer shot him in the back, killing him. But go on.
Leave with the taser because it doesn't really matter. They could have gotten him later because the job of a police officer is to make sure that the black man gets away safely with a weapon and is allowed into a neighborhood. Not that the black man should be apprehended immediately because he's a risk to the rest of the community. A job for a police officer is to protect and serve the community, not to protect and serve the criminals. Yes, it would be nice if criminals didn't fight back when they were being apprehended. It would be nice. In a perfect world, all of these warrants and all of these arrests would go off without a hitch, right? But a level of that taking place, if we actually want to aspire to that perfect arrest scenario, then it takes two to tango. You have to listen to instructions from police officers. Is this the result?
She sound like that black people don't comply to police officers. That's exactly what she sound like to me. That we don't comply to police officers. That police officers are always doing what's right. Always do. I told y'all. She's doing a conservative talking point. And the black community do not listen to Candace Owens. I don't even know why we've given her this time of day. Because at the end of the day, y'all, she's getting paid by conservatives to say this nonsense. This is what, and you know what, Candace Owens, this video is for you. If you feel strongly about this, why have you been invited to the Republican National Convention? Huh? Huh, Candace? I didn't hear you. Why you didn't get, it show you that they don't give a shit about you either. I don't even understand why we're giving this girl this time, I mean, I don't even know why we're giving her a time of day for this, for real.
The black community having such a high rate of violence. I'm just trying to understand. I can't wrap my head around not listening to instructions and not listening to authority and running away and beating and trying to hit a police officer. It boggles my mind.
Like white people don't do that shit. Like white people don't beat up police officers. Like white people don't being resisted by police officers. See, this is why I said, y'all, this bitch is getting on my damn nerves and spreading all these lies, saying that black people, and why disrespecting Breonna Taylor, you disrespecting yourself, bitch. But you're not one of us. So let me take that back. You're a white woman in a black woman's body. That's what you are. You get paid by conservatives. You get paid by white people that want to spread this nonsense. That's what you do, Candace. I guess a conservative gave you a paper to tell you what they want them to tell you. And then you follow suit by it, by telling these lies about the Breonna Taylor. And then you talk about the George Floyd. And then man, I'm just really I feel sorry for you. You know what? I don't feel sorry for you. But I'm telling you like this. We already know where you get those butter biscuits from, though. We already know where you get those butter biscuits from. and blacks would not listen to you because all the shit you said came from the conservatives. You get paid by them. But it's sad, y'all, that you have a woman like Candace Owens who's telling you lies, who's preaching you hate, putting black community under the bus, and now you see why nobody respects you, nobody likes you. Now you see why. And I'm gonna tell you like this: don't fuck up with the conservatives because they're gonna put you under the bus just like everybody else.
Like, are we just not being raised to think that we have to listen to any rules? And is that breakdown of family also transpiring because we have a culture of celebrities like LeBron James who are pretending that these people are all victims and innocent, and people like Beyonce writing letters to attorney generals who will not acknowledge that we are playing a role in this? Philando Castile in 2016 was an honest-to-God victim. We all remember watching that tape. It was sad. It was devastating. The police officer thought he was going to pull for a gun when in reality he was pulling for his wallet. That is an example of a very sad case, an example of a true victim. I have not seen any cases this year that Black Lives Matter has presented where I cannot pinpoint the exact thing that the person did that was wrong. Breonna Taylor was a victim of her own bad choices and circumstances.
Being a victim of a bad choices and circumstances. Wow. You just insulted a woman who worked her butt off. She was an EMT. She was an assistant nurse at 2 hospitals. All because she claiming that she made mistakes. Like you don't make mistakes, Candace Owens. But the current boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, was a good dude, obviously. He doesn't have any criminal record. He is a postal worker and a registered gun owner. But you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear the facts. All you hear is what conservatives pay you to tell you what you want, what anybody else want to hear. Pleasing your own base, like a Donald Trump, like Diamond and Silk. Oh, but yet, that's you, Candace. I just hope that you don't cross the conservative party, the Republican Party, because your check's gonna be gone like that. And you think your husband's gonna stay with you? He's not. But, okay.
She was a victim of her boyfriend and her boyfriend's bad choices and circumstances. This is what happens when you hang out with drug dealers, people that have guns on them, people that their instinct is to shoot first. This is what happens.
First of all, bitch, Kenneth Walker is not a drug dealer. And I told you before, Kenneth Walker, it was a postal worker and a registered gun owner, so he's not a drug dealer. She made choices. Some are bad, I admit. But it just ain't nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But yet you have to owe everybody, the Democratic Party, you filed a lawsuit against them. But realistically, that is another video. I'm just gonna let you listen to the end of this, and then I'm gonna end this video, and I'm gonna do another video. This time, since reaction is working now, I'm going to do the Democracy Now! Video that I always wanted to do to prove to you guys that a woman like Candace Owens is lying to you. The LMPD is lying to you. The Attorney General, Daniel Cameron, you bitch, has lied to everybody and try to cover up what's really going on. But again, I digress.
Okay? So spare me your white guilt. Do me a favor and spare me your white guilt. If you're a black person, spare me your Black Lives Matter mantra and think for a second about the society that you are helping to create and build right now. If you are an American, have some decency to start defending our police officers and our law enforcement officers who get up every day and suit up and do the right thing by trying to remove criminals from the street. This poor police officer was shot at, and now he's going to have to watch all of Louisville burn because of a narrative that somehow it was unjust. When he got shot, it was unjust somehow because he's a police officer and was doing the right thing, that he's evil. I'm just getting so sick of this. Black Lives Matter, in my opinion, is a terrorist organization. It is sowing division in this country, and it is collecting billions in the process, and nobody knows where the billions of dollars is going. It is certainly not going to help rebuild Black communities. In fact, you are going to see that tonight when another Black community burns because of what happened. Because Black Lives Matter is in there burning down a community once again where Black people live, where Black people work, where law-abiding Black people like myself and the majority of the Black community have to sit here and suffer this BS narrative. That is all I wanted to say tonight. Thank you guys for listening to my rant.
Yeah, your rant. With all the misinformation you just tell the public. All the checks you receive from conservative parties say that's rant. You just insulted the memory of Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. You just insulted the memory of every Black men and women that were murdered by police. And you acting like the police is all right. That the police did the right thing. That we have to respect the police. You have to respect law enforcement officers, knowing that they're crooked. But a woman like Candace Owens, she doesn't give a fuck about the Black community. It proves time and time again. But yet, she always supported white supremacy. She always supported conservatives like Diamond and Silk. But let me ask you this, Candace Owens. If you're so sure, if you're so Republican or you're so conservative receiving these checks, why haven't you been invited to the Republican National Convention this past summer? I'm waiting. Nobody likes you. Nobody respects you. And all the lies you said about Breonna Taylor, these are misinformation. That's not factual. So I'm gonna leave this video and I'm gonna do a next video about the Democracy Now! And tell you what really happened during the raid and after the raid. Because all the things you said, Candace, is false. So y'all let me know what you think about this. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. With that being said, it's Lions Den signing off. Deuces.